You were taught a lie about money and work. Not deliberately, not maliciously, but completely and thoroughly from the time you were old enough to understand anything about how the world works. The lie goes like this: work hard, get a good education, find a stable job, save your money, and you will be financially secure. That formula worked for about 30 years, from roughly 1945 to 1975. And then the world changed. The formula did not. And the gap between what that formula promises and what it actually delivers in 2026 is the single most expensive illusion the middle class is living inside. My name is MoneyTruth, and today I am going to show you the real truth about money and work, the version nobody put in the curriculum, the version that actually explains why hardworking, educated, responsible people are still financially stuck, and the version that points toward what actually works. Subscribe right now, because what I am about to show you will permanently change how you see your financial life. Truth number 1. Your labor is worth more than your paycheck says it is. From 1948 to 1973, worker productivity and worker compensation moved almost perfectly together. Workers got approximately what they produced. The system was fair. Not perfectly, not equally, but reliably enough that hard work produced financial progress. Then something broke. From 1979 to 2022, worker productivity increased by 67%. Worker compensation increased by 17%. You are producing 67% more value. You are receiving 17% more pay. The 50-point gap between those numbers is not an accident. It is the systematic capture of worker-created value by shareholders, executives, and financial instruments at a scale that has no historical precedent. Your labor is worth more than your paycheck says it is. The difference between what you actually produce and what you actually receive is the profit margin on your effort, captured by someone else. This is not political. This is arithmetic. Truth number 2. The system is designed to capture your income before it becomes wealth. Think about where your paycheck goes before you make a single decision. Taxes, federal, state, local, capture approximately 25 to 35% before you see a dollar. Then the mortgage, front-loaded with interest so that in year 1, approximately 87% of your payment goes to the bank, not your equity. Then the car payment, on a vehicle losing 20% of its value in year 1. Then credit card minimums at 22% interest that ensures the balance barely moves. Then subscriptions, $273 per month on average, draining silently. Then the lifestyle maintenance, the spending required to maintain the appearance of being middle class. By the time your income completes this gauntlet, almost nothing remains to build wealth with. You did not spend the money irresponsibly. The system processed it, and the system was not designed with your wealth accumulation in mind. Truth number 3. Time for money has a ceiling. Assets do not. The fundamental exchange of middle-class financial life is time for money. You have a skill or a service. You trade it for dollars per hour. The more hours you trade, the more dollars you receive. The more valuable your time, the more dollars per hour. This model has 2 hard limits. First, there are only 24 hours in a day. You cannot sell more than approximately 12 to 14 of them before your health, relationships, and judgment collapse. Second, the moment you stop trading time, the income stops completely, instantly, which means illness, injury, layoff, or retirement become existential financial threats. The wealthy do not primarily rely on this model. They build assets, things that generate income independently of their time, index funds that compound, rental properties that cash flow, businesses with systems that run without daily input. Assets do not clock out. Assets do not get sick. Assets do not retire. The transition from time for money to assets generating income is the single most important financial move available to a working person. And it does not require becoming rich first. It requires redirecting a portion of earned income, even a small portion, consistently into assets instead of into lifestyle. $500 per month invested at 8% from age 30 becomes $680,000 by age 60, generating approximately $54,000 per year in passive income, without you working, without you showing up, without you trading another hour. The ceiling on time for money is real. The ceiling on asset building is not. Truth number 4. Saving is not enough. Deploying is required. The middle class was taught to save, and saving is good. It's the first step. But saving money and building wealth are not the same thing. The average American has $8,000 in a savings account earning 0.5% annual interest. $8,000 at 0.5% earns $40 per year. That same bank lends your $8,000 to other customers at 7, 15, and 24%. They pay you $40. They earn $560 on your money. The wealth is not built in the savings account. The wealth is built when saved money gets deployed into assets that compound. $8,000 in a total market index fund at 8% average annual return earns $640 per year. Same $8,000, $600 per year difference. Over 30 years, that difference becomes $75,000. Saving gives you the raw material of wealth. Deploying that raw material into compounding assets, that is how wealth actually gets built. Most middle-class people complete step 1, saving, and stop there. They never complete step 2, deploying into assets. That incomplete step is the difference between retirement security and retirement crisis for most middle-class families. Truth number 5. Debt is not normal. Debt is a wealth transfer. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that builds someone else's wealth, not yours. The average American household pays approximately $7,000 per year in interest. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, mortgages. $7,000 per year. Invested instead at 8% over 30 years, $860,000. You are not paying $7,000 per year in interest. You are transferring $860,000 in future wealth to the financial sector. And the financial sector has been extraordinarily effective at making this transfer feel normal, feel inevitable, feel like just how things work. It is not normal. It is a choice, a very expensive choice that most people make without fully understanding the cost. The middle class that accepts debt as normal will spend their entire working lives funding someone else's wealth instead of their own. The middle class that treats debt as an emergency, eliminating it aggressively and refusing to return to it, redirects $860,000 in lifetime wealth back to themselves. Truth number 6. The 40-year plan does not work anymore. Work for 40 years, save in your 401k, retire at 65 with dignity. That was the deal, and it worked. When pensions existed, when housing was affordable on one income, when healthcare was a manageable fraction of income, when a 401k contribution of 10% actually produced a livable retirement income, none of those conditions exist in 2026. The median 401k balance for Americans aged 55 to 64 is $134,000. To retire at 65 and live on $60,000 per year until 85, you need $1,500,000. The average person has $134,000. They need $1,500,000. They have 10 years. The math is not survivable on the old plan. The new plan requires starting earlier, saving more aggressively, investing more intelligently, building assets alongside income, not just contributing to a retirement account and hoping. The 40-year plan is not a plan anymore. It is a prayer. Truth number 7. The most important financial decision you make is what you do with the gap. Every paycheck creates a gap, the difference between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is the raw material of wealth. What you do with that gap is the most consequential financial decision you make. The middle class, operating inside the system without understanding it, allows the gap to be captured, by lifestyle inflation, by monthly payment expansion, by the invisible accumulation of expenses that each feel justified individually and are collectively devastating. The wealthy, operating with an understanding of the system, protect the gap. They automate its redirection into assets before lifestyle can see it. They make the gap non-negotiable. This is not about deprivation, it is about priority. The gap does not have to be large to be transformative. $200 per month, $300 per month, consistently protected and deployed into compounding assets over 20 or 30 years. That gap, however small, is the engine of financial freedom. The system will keep trying to capture it. Your job is to protect it. Here is the summary of everything I just showed you. Your labor is worth more than your paycheck. The system is designed to capture your income before it becomes wealth. Time for money has a ceiling. Saving alone is not enough. Debt is a wealth transfer. The 40-year plan is broken, and protecting the gap between income and spending is the most important financial action available to you. None of this was in the curriculum. All of it changes everything. Subscribe to MoneyTruth, because the truth about your money is the most valuable thing nobody ever taught you.